Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I am Mike, and today we are reviewing The Menu, starring Ralph Fiennes. Is it Fiennes? Fiennes sausage? I don't know how to say his name for sure. But Anya Taylor-Joy. Stop having such fucking fancy names, and maybe we can get around this review easier, alright? Thank you. Jesus. Nicholas Hoult with a U. It's spelled with an O-L-T, you piece of shit. The great John Leguizamo's in this movie. Now, this movie's out today. It's in theaters. I'm going to do a regular review. I'm also going to do a spoiler review, and I'll have that up tomorrow for you guys. Plus, we do have a live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Friday Night Fights returns. I haven't even figured out what it's going to be about yet. Shit. Maybe you should comment below and give us some ideas. Or maybe I will have thought about it by then, leaving it completely useless. But you have to feel bad for me either way, because I'm sick as fuck right now. So if you hear me sound all like I got a piece of sandwich in my mouth, then, you know, that's why. Sorry. Deal with it, Jeff. And the best thing I can say about The Menu is it is extremely original. Another horror movie that is competing with the Marvels and whatnot of the universe. It's like the only genre that's competing with the Marvels and all that stuff that's going on right now, because they can actually do original Reggie in the full effect. Fuck my ass with a spoon. The entire premise of the film is completely fresh, all the way down to the location. It's this restaurant out in the middle of nowhere in this oasis on this island, and the only thing on the island is the restaurant. The chef has a house there, there's the restaurant, and then there's this bunker, this Heaven's Gate motherfucker looking bunker that all of the crew sleeps in. Their entire life is this restaurant. And then these extremely snobbish, insanely rich people come and pay a buttload of money to go eat at this restaurant that these people basically live to create. And then we're introduced to the rest of the cast one by one who are hopping this ferry to go over there. There's your rich dude bro investor, Elon Musk, blowing types, an old depressed rich couple who hate each other's guts. There's a bitchy restaurant Cruella DeVille type reviewer and her like manservant that kind of represents the worst of like intellectual Twitter. A couple more, and then my favorite, John Leguizamo, basically playing John Leguizamo, man. An underrated actor. He will always be underrated. I don't care, man. John Leguizamo has never gotten the respect he deserves as an actor, but he's basically playing himself. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying John Leguizamo is that big of a doucher. Honestly, this guy wasn't that big of a doucher. I still kind of liked him. And finally, we have Anya Taylor-Johnson's character, Nicholas Hoult's character, who I can't really talk about while they're there because it's super spoily, but from what the trailer gives you, and this is pretty much correct, he is just a super foodie psycho. You can tell he basically jerks himself off to thoughts of pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. He's like one of the side characters in American Psycho, obsessed with the cards. That's how he is about food. Anya Taylor-Joy's character was awesome. She's a great actress. I really enjoyed her in this. But, I mean, the cake goes to Ralph Fiennes. I'm not kidding. I'm probably saying his name wrong. I don't watch much stuff that he's in. I'm not a Harry Potter dude, and he's in a lot of really kind of artsy stuff. So I've seen his face a lot, but I haven't seen a whole lot of the shit he's in. But I can say honestly, the guy deserves an Oscar for this, and I'm being dead ass serious. This was an Oscar performance. This might be the horror performance of the year. It's at least going to be up there for sure. It was fucking amazing. He has this super intensity, and it feels like he's chewing the scenery in every scene, but yet he's just so calm about it. Just an awesome and surprisingly like sensitive person that he is, but also super rageful and clearly a fucking psychopath. Just a character that has so many layers to it, and it's so goddamn interesting to watch. You hang on every fucked up and degrading thing he says to your face, even though he's basically spitting in your mouth, and not in a good way. But it's also hilarious, fun, and appalling in all the right ways. It's kind of like drunk sex with an Olympic gymnast on mushrooms in Thai. Speaking from experience, of course. But legit, if Nicholas Hoult's character is like one of those weird dudes, Paul Allen from American Psycho, then Ralph Fiennes' character basically is the American Psycho, the Patrick Bateman of the chef world in this movie. He's fucking awesome. The pacing of the movie's fucking awesome as well, because the way that they do it is the movie's stacked in layers. Like with every course that they bring you, which is designed, by the way, to perfectly keep you not too full but not leave you hungry. Every single course, more of the mystery unravels with his explanation of what the courses are. Shit gets a little more crazy and a little more crazy. And then it culminates with this one scene that's like, okay, this is definitely happening right now. We're going to die. And it's so cool just the way it all unravels. The pacing is just awesome. And they do this awesome thing where with each course, as things get crazier and crazier, they put the text up on the screen like you're looking at a menu. Like if you were seeing a menu and it was like the lamb chop and it says all the ingredients in it. They do that with the scenes from the movie, and it's almost like if Scott Pilgrim was an A24 horror movie. Just super cool, and the score and the soundtrack, it always just fits with that. If you guys have been to an over-the-top, stupidly priced restaurant, and you're someone who's just uncomfortable being there and like the whole thing just feels stupid to you, you're gonna laugh your ass off at this movie because they really, really just ham that shit up. But that does bring us to kind of the commentary of the film. You know, I don't think it's gonna offend people who twirl their mustaches while drinking triple double scoop IPAs pooped out of a free-range giraffe, so long as they have a sense of humor about themselves. I think those people will be able to have a laugh at themselves. I think the only people who actually get offended about this are super rich folks who take themselves way too seriously, and honestly, fuck those people anyway. But it does say some stuff. It has some stuff to say about like classism and stuff like that, but in a hilarious, like spiteful black comedy way about classism, about how rich people treat people, about food service industry. I actually think that this movie will do for like intense chefs what waiting did for food service workers, or what Office Space did for cubicle workers. It's going to be that kind of movie for really intense chefs who have to deal with really rich people all day. But it also checks a lot of like genre boxes. I mean, it's humans being hunted category. There is the eat the rich category for commentary wise. There's the hostage category, workplace horror category, all that stuff. So it checks a lot of different horror boxes when it goes to that stuff. So it's a really fun genre film. And the only problem I have with the movie whatsoever is if you put a light on it, like if you shine a light on it and look at the tiny cracks, you're going to see problems with this movie. Certain things, like one character whose whole thing is like being super intense and very detailed. And then you realize, just for the sake of like telling this joke at one point in the movie, he's just kind of like, I don't care, you're gonna die. You know, it doesn't vibe that well. There's tiny little plot holes, like why wouldn't this character do this? Just little things. But again, you really have to shine a light on it to really find those, but they are there. And then finally, the biggest problem with the movie is absolutely the ending, the way that it all pans out. Not the overall ending, but what happens with one particular character in general. It felt, with everything we've established and how earnest the rules are and all this stuff, it felt very, very much like a cop-out. And it happens really quick, and it doesn't really fit those characters' paths up to that point. It really felt like a cop-out. It definitely should have been better, a little tighter written. They should have done that moment a little bit better. And if you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like, how did you get away with that? That doesn't make any sense to me. It was very contrived to get us to a certain point in the movie. So probably the weakest thing, and you hate to hear that about the ending, but the overall ending, you still get the satisfaction. It's kind of like when you're playing Jenga and you get to that last piece and you pull it out and everything's really wobbly and it's a questionable decision, but overall the tower still stands and it ends up working just well enough. But it does take a little bit off the score of the movie. And I do think it could have used a couple more kill moments leading up to the finale. So all in all, with the outlandish holy shit, I can't believe that just happened moments, or the I can't believe this person just said that moments, and the scathing black comedy that it says about society in the movie, and the comedy bits which actually work, the fun unraveling of the mystery, and the performance of the year candidate from Ralph Fiennes, the menu lands at an 8 out of 10 for me. I really enjoyed it, but had they fixed that ending and just tightened up a couple things here or there, could have been a 9 or a 10. But hey, you know, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Boys who complain too much don't get custard for dessert. So that's my review of The Menu. I have been calling it The Hunt in my head non-fucking stop, and I do not know why. So if I said The Hunt at any point in this, then just fucking kill me. Stab me in the fucking chest with a gigantic pole of some sort. I didn't mean to be so phallic. Am I gay? I love your all's fucking faces. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and go see The Menu. Totally recommend going to see it. Spoiler review up tomorrow. Live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. See you there. Halloween never ends, suck my fucking dick, and I don't really care what Blumhouse fucking says. Put him in a box, or suck a fucking cock. You can say he's dead, but we all know he's not, yeah. So let's go trick-or-treating, let's go fucking drinking, let's all go rent Pumpkinhead on VHS, cause Halloween never ends.